Hi guys, welcome to Map Making Monday. I have a little bit of a frog in my throat this morning, so I hope you forgive me. This is Liz with 143 Handmade, and I love making maps. And I don't know why I didn't just start making maps from the get-go with my videos. That was just kind of a silly thing to do. You know, it is what it is, right? But so we're going to be making maps, and there's so many different ways to make maps, right? Like, you can do very abstract, you know, just whatever fantasy style maps. There's, you know, this is just a very quick sketch. I'm not even sure how well you guys can see that because it's such light pencil. Let's see, I know I have more maps in here. I have doodles as well. But yeah, see maps. You know, they can be very basic. They can, you know, you can plan them out, or you can just wing it. Now, I do tend to just wing it when I make my maps, but that doesn't mean that that's where I started. You know, when I first started making maps, I made sure to, you know, I watched a lot of videos, I read some books, you know, and then I started just drawing. I mean, I had been drawing forever, but like, you know, I started just doodling the different aspects. So one of the things that I did when I first started drawing the maps is that I wanted to draw mountains. But I wasn't very good at it. You know, I didn't really understand the angles and you know, like, how are you drawing in that height? You know, it just didn't make sense to me. And so I started watching videos, and then I started just practicing, and I'd fill just a whole page with mountains, and then I would just fill a whole page with trees, you know, or whatever it was. So I think that that is excellent practice, and that's what we're going to do today. Is I'm just going to practice drawing mountains, and whatever occurs to me next time is what we'll practice. So there's a bunch of different ways to draw mountains. It kind of depends on what perspective. If you're just looking straight down on the world, or if you're going to do like the 3/4 perspective, or, you know, a straight horizontal, which is quite difficult to do actually. But I prefer the 3/4 view, is what they call it. I don't exactly know why. I don't quite understand those angles and that terminology, but that's what they call it. And so instead of looking straight down on the object, you do want to see, you know, it's like you're looking down at something from like a taller building, you know, and you're looking down at a lower building, is the kind of the angle that you're talking about. So you'll be able to see it mostly from the top, but you can see all the way down to the bottom. But for mountains, the easiest way that I have learned to do mountains is just take a fairly soft pencil, so that way you can draw very lightly as you're practicing. And then, of course, you know, as you get better, you can do it in a bunch of different ways. And I need to start doing these same practices with my drawing tablet. But anyways, is I just basically draw like a lightning bolt. You want it, I like to have it, you know, be kind of jump around, you know, and there's the spine of my mountain. And then I will just decide, you know, how far or how steep, like this. And so I've decided that these are my two set angles, and this side is going to be the softer side, this side is going to be a little bit steeper, you know. And you can do it either way, and you just kind of keep your drawing as you just each go down each of your little kinks of your drawing. You just draw a line straight down. And now sometimes you can only draw just a teeny tiny bit, and it kind of connects with the other side. That's okay. Go ahead and draw that line anyways. You know, it helps a lot in the long run. And I know right now it doesn't look great. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Don't want to make you seasick, because I don't know that you guys are being able to see it from way up there, because it is so light. Let me find the spot. There we go. So I'm sorry if you guys weren't able to see that very well, but here, I'll go ahead and darken it up. See, I've just drawn a scraggly line, you know, like I said, like a lightning bolt. You want it to have kinks. And then now I've just kind of generally done a line right here that'll be my wider angle for this side. And then I did a fairly, you know, a straighter angle over here. And you can do that too, where you take your angle down some and then kick it out, because it's not like mountains, don't have, layers in them. They don't go, it's not a straight sloping side, So like right here, I'm basically mimicking that, but now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kick it out to kind of mimic this other line. And then those lines kind of go back straight towards it. Like it is hard to explain. It is one of those things that I learned by watching more than by hearing other people explain what they were doing. It just makes more sense to me, to my brain, when I just, was watching it happen. So I think that that's really going to be my best advice for you, is to just watch as many different artists draw mountains, draw whatever it is that you're trying to draw, just watch as many different people do it as possible, in as many different mediums as possible too. And that's something I think that people overlook sometimes when they're trying to learn something, because it really doesn't matter if you're trying to learn to draw it. It's still a good idea to go ahead and watch people paint them, because it may help you figure out a particular angle. The way they hold their paintbrush, may help you figure out how that angle works over there, and how to do that in your own, world. And see, now we've got, just some scribbled lines. These are not, no ruler, no real effort to make them neat and nice and pretty. I think that mountains actually look better in these sketches if they're not pretty, if they do look messy, and they do look imperfect. Because there's no way that you're going to properly draw a mountain on the page. Like, it's just not going to happen, right? And so I think that the messier ones, they kind of accept that. So that is one way to draw a mountain, and I do enjoy that method, and I use that quite a bit. But another way, if you're just looking for a simpler version, and because that does take a fair amount of time to master, but if you just want to do a quick, simple map, just little triangles. Open-sided, open bottom triangles. I tend to do them, kind of like M's, and then I'll just make sure to throw in a single every now and then a triple, that sort of thing. And there, now you've got a little mountain range. Super, super simple, right? And for that matter, you can just pick whatever symbol you want, and as long as you add the legend, the little box in the corner where you draw the symbol, and then you put the little dash, and you put the, what it's supposed to be, it really doesn't matter what symbol you use. Don't get hung up on that. Like, go ahead and make your maps however makes sense to your brain. But, so thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to go ahead and go for today. I think this was a great start, but my puppy is ready to come in case you heard her fussing. That's just her asking to come inside. So I'm going to go get her, and I will see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate every single minute.